Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In this video, we are finally going to be starting the second set of role quests. As you recall, in Shadowbringers, instead of job quests, they added role quests, where we've already done the first one, the White Mage, or not the White Mage, the Healer's role quest with Lami and everything, and Guillot. We already did that as I went through the story because it was required. Now that we are a level 80 Black Mage, I got the appropriate job for the appropriate set of quests. So let's dive into this. Hall of Pursuits! Let me guess, you're standing in front of Sereg, a bounty hunter of non-peril, because you have a mind to aid me in felling the dread Phronesis. Do I have the right of it, or do I have the right of it? Yes, you have the right of it. Willing to throw caution to the wind and strike off to do battle with a nigh indomitable foe, eh? Well, I've got a feeling the two of us will get along just fine. Allow me to elaborate. Phronesis isn't your run-of-the-mill stray sin eater. He is one of the mightiest the realm has seen, formed from the remains of one of those God's damn warriors of light. There are 4 of them, all told, crawled up from the bowels of the deepest hell after being buried for nigh on a century. If the tales are true, people have come to call him the Cardinal Virtues. Before he was transformed into a sin eater, Phronesis was none other than the Archmage's Nyelbert. Those baleful magics were feared the realm over. Though it's only been a few short years since he first showed up in Amarang, he's already preyed on far too many innocents with his foul sorcery. Not keen on seeing their trade routes disrupted, the local merchants had placed a healthy bounty on his head. Of course, I'd like nothing more than to tell the fiend fell the fiend single-handed and claim the entire bounty for myself. Unfortunately, circumstances have dictated that I recruit a companion. That's where you come in. Provided you can prove to me that you possess this, specialized set of skills I require. I promise to make it worth your while. Not a bad offer, wouldn't you say? If you fancy yourself up to the task, come find me in Amarang. I mean to set off for there shortly. Alright. Let's do it. I think I mentioned it before, but how I'm going to handle these other role quests is... I'm going to be doing it with the job that the Sin Eater is associated with. So in this case, Phronesis is a Black Mage, so it would only seem appropriate to do it as a Black Mage. Lami was a White Mage, so it was only appropriate to do it as a White Mage. Then again, I really had no choice in the matter for that one, because White Mage is all I had at the time. And then the other 2 are Bard and Paladin. So I definitely plan on doing the same thing for those 2 as I'm doing for this one. It just only seems appropriate, you know? Alright. So you came. It's good to see someone who isn't all talk. As fortune would have it, another Sin Eater, a far less imposing specimen than Phronesis, of course, has been sighted just to the west of here. Prove to me that you have the skill to back up your words, and we'll talk further. I can do just that, buddy, and more. Don't you worry. All right, let's find the senior, shall we? All right. Jeez. I forgot how damn powerful Black Mage is. And this is not even the best gear the Black Mage can get. Black Mage, as well as pretty much all my other jobs, are gonna get subpar gear because I really have no intentions of using them after I hit the level 30, or not level 30, level 80. That is, at least until the level cap increases. Good shot, my friend. I wasn't sure what to expect from you, but seeing you in battle has left me with little doubt. Seems I found myself a formidable ally, and so I'll extend the offer in earnest, and help me hunt down Phronesis, and we'll split the bounty down the middle. Well, what do you say? That's the spirit. Now, there's more you should know before we proceed. Come with me to Mordsuk, my base of operations, and I'll fill you in on the details. Hey, at least you're not at the bar drinking like Guillot. Or Guillot. Whatever her name was. I think it was a she, right? Welcome to Mordsuk, friend. As you can see, it's a bustling trading post frequented by merchants from across the realm. At least it was before Phronesis showed up and started preying on unwitting travelers. Hence the desertion. Hence the quiet. I kind of skipped it by accident. The lucrative reward was attracted the attention of one capable bounty hunter after the next, yet the fiend still roams free. You can probably imagine why. Those few who have seen Phronesis return to tell the tales speak of the great horrors they witnessed. Cavernous black holes materializing out of thin air, swallowing everything around them into the abyss. Oh. People have taken to calling them the Hollows. Rumor has it that one barely has time to lay eyes upon Phronesis before he summons forth the Hollows, which proceed to consume everything in sight. And I do mean everything. Just the other day, an entire caravan was devoured by the Hollows, leaving only the nothingness behind. Mages have postulated that these holes are literally tears in the fabric of our reality, gateways to other worlds, to put it another way. At any rate, suffice to say that the next man to come back from the void will be the first. Yet, there's something odd about it all. Witnesses say that Phronesis doesn't seem to go out of his way to prey on people or settlements. He simply shambles across the waste, summoning hollows one after the next, and the destruction follows as a matter of course. Needless to say, drawing too near to the fiend is tantamount to suicide. Even attacks from afar have been all but futile, as Phronesis simply summons the hollows to consume every incoming arrow. With every conceivable means of attack foiled, even the most savvy bounty hunters have all but thrown up their hands. Even though the bounty now stands at some 9 or 10-fold the original amount. Oh, I'm of a different mind, however. The way I see it, if only there were a way to neutralize the hollows, we'd more than stand a chance against Phronesis himself. This is why I require your services. Your easy triumph over the senior spoke clear. You're a mage of no common skill. If anyone has the arcane knowledge and aptitude to help me figure out a way to defend against the hollows, it's you. Don't worry, I fully intend to shoulder my share of the burden, and so I plan to gather all the information we need before asking you to put yourself in harm's way. And with that, I'd best get to work. Once I've formulated a proper plan of attack, we'll talk again. Until then, I suggest you continue to hone your casting skills. The battle that awaits us will not be an easy one. You need to worry about my casting skills, buddy. Ah, there you are, and your timing couldn't be better. As luck would have it, a little bird told me that Phronesis was sighted in the vicinity not long ago. Don't you worry, I have no intention of rushing in like a fool. My plan is to shadow the Sin Eater from afar, that we might observe the hollows with our own eyes and formulate a suitable plan of attack. To that end, I procured this mannequin here from a merchant acquaintance of mine at the Crystarium. By setting on the Phronesis' trail, I mean to gauge just how wide of a berth we must keep from the fiend so that as to not be sucked up into the void. Shed no tears for the little fellow, my friend. His sacrifice will be the key to our success. And yet, as you can see, he's not quite in the best state of repair. Pray lend me a hand procuring what we need to get him back on his feet. You're a lifesaver, friend. I just spotted a nasty-looking sand-skinned Sibylle lurking around about to the east of here, and I do believe that one of their tendons should serve well to put some spring back into the little fellow's step. Snag one for me, and I'll see to the repairs. Okay, I'll help you fix your doll or whatever it is you're trying to fix. Mannequin, whatever. All right. All right. Here's your tendon, sir. Now fix whatever you're trying to fix. Let's get the show on the road. And look, find that tendon. For my part, required something that should serve as a makeshift gear. Cost me an arm and a leg, but hey, if it helps us claim the bounty in the end, I'd be more than happy with it. Whatever. There you go. Perfect. Yes, I reckon this is durable and elastic enough to replace the mannequin's snap drive belt. I'll fetch my toolbox and get started straight away. In the meantime, why don't you scout us a suitable lookout point? Phronesis was sighted just southeast of town. Try to find us a spot on higher ground, out of sight from the main thoroughfare. Alright, let's see what I can find for you. Alright, so what is around here? This looks like a suitable location. Hello there, friend. As you can see, our clockwork friend is back in tip-top shape. And since it appears you've found us a perfect lookout spot, why don't we get to work? I'll kindle us a fire. We might be here for a while. Alright. Well, I'll be. There's the bastard. Look closely now and hold your gaze. You must witness the sheer horror with your own eyes. Black hole! No, we mustn't send out the mannequin too soon. If Phronesis sees it, he may very well blast it to bits before he has a chance to investigate the hollows. And there he goes. I'll send the mannequin in to trail him. Let's sit back and enjoy the show. Just as I expected. Gone without a trace. Shed no tears for our little friend. Through his sacrifice, we now know just how much distance we must keep from the hollows to avoid being sucked into the void. Now it's our time. Let's edge a bit closer and see what we can observe. Mind you, take care not to wander too close, lest you fancy a vacation to a dark, shadowy abyss. So how are we gonna get 10 with this? It's like, it's literally a black hole. It's as if a shadowy whirlwind rages inside, ready to suck anything and everything into the void. I've seen many a horrific sight in my day, but this sends a shiver up the spine. Let me out. It's so dark in here. I heard a voice. Why the pale face, friend? You look as if you've seen a ghost. I mean, you didn't hear the voice? A voice, you say? From inside the hollow? But that's impossible. Is anyone out there? Please help me. Help me get out of here. Over here. Follow my voice. Was that a voice? Someone out there? If you can hear me, please, you must help me. I can't see anything. No road, no trees, not even an ether current to follow. Which way do I go? How do I get out of this place? This voice. What in God's name is it saying? I mean, you can't understand it? The voice of a boy, you say? Claims he's lost inside with no ether current to follow? Sounds like he's adrift in the flow, not unlike what would happen if an aetherite to which one was teleported was destroyed in mid-journey. Wait a minute. What if there was some way we could channel your ether into the void? Might that not allow your etheric form to serve as a beacon, a source to guide the child back to us? Of course, not that I know how we go about that. You reckon you can do just that? I wouldn't even think of asking how. Do your damnedest. I'll just attune myself to the void. Wicked White! I knew you were no ordinary sinner, but even still you find a way to surprise me. Oh. Where am I? Well, I'll be damned. There was a child inside. Our little expedition has left us with more questions than answers, eh? But for now, this boy needs our care. Let's carry him back to Ward Sook and find him a warm bed and some nourishment. Oh boy. What the hell was he doing in the void? Did he get sucked in? Oh boy, I guess we'll find out. The boy's resting now. He's weak but not wounded, at least as far as I can tell. Needless to say, his presence raises questions. Are there others trapped on the other side of the hollows? If so, might they also be returned to our world alive? I don't know. There is much worth asking when he awakes. Another subject. Might be an odd question, but have you ever looked after a child before? As a matter of fact, I think, yeah, I have actually. You don't say. In that case, he's all yours. I'm Justin, friend. I can't very well tie you down here forever. Or not, I'll manage somehow. Yeah, I would hope so. I'm not on babysitting duty. I do that enough. I suppose the first order of the day should be able to get some food in his belly. He does look terribly pale after all. Methinks I'll go hunting for some meat. No, perhaps I should take him to a physician first? After all, he may be suffering from some ailment inscrutable to the eye. Or maybe I should... Damn it, I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Oh, you'll figure it out. There you are. You'll be happy to know that the boy is awake. Seems to be no worse for the wear. Physically speaking, at least. There's just one rub, you see. He has no recollection of where he came from or just how he managed to get swallowed up into the void. Convenient. Oh, God. In fact, other than his name, Tynar, he can't remember much of anything at all. He seems a good lad, mind you. Eats my half-arsed cooking with a smile and nary a word of complaint. Yet I reckon he's hurting inside, and badly. We must reunite him with his parents with all due speed. I suggest that he go for a stroll around Mordsuk in the hopes that the sights might help jog his memories. He can't have wandered far. Why don't you go check up on him? Alright. Let's go see what this kid's up to. What's up, buddy? Do not tell me. You're the one who rescued me from the flow, yes? I feel the same from you, the same warmth that reached out to me when I was adrift in the ether. Well, I'll be damned. The boy's a sharp one. And that's not the least of it. The carer who examined him said they could feel great power welling up within him. Despite his young age, Taynor seems to possess a remarkable command of the magical arts. Perhaps I do, and yet I cannot say. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of who I am or where it came from. Only the darkness. No need for apologies, boy. You did well just to make it back to us. Speaking of which, can you remember anything at all what you felt when you were adrift in the void? That I remember, or at least I think I do. I recall a vague sensation of someone passing alongside me. Indeed, I believe this is what roused me from my slumber. If the hollows truly are a gate between worlds, that would mean that someone recently traveled from ours to another, or another to ours. But that's not possible. Or is it? I mean, that's how I did it. You'd be surprised. You know something I don't, friend? Worry not, our own part for details. Oh well, no sense racking our brains over matters beyond our comprehension. More like yours. Let's concentrate on what we can do, namely finding the boy here at home. No doubt his memories will come back to him in due time. Did you truly do that? For me? But the two of you already saved my life. I couldn't possibly burden you any further. Ha! It's no burden at all. Besides, if you can figure out who you are and where you came from, it might lead us to the answers we seek. Now let's consider the options. One possibility is that you're an orphan, all alone in this world with no soul to care for or look after you. And yet, this seems unlikely. Yes, the mystical powers you possess say otherwise. If you truly are skilled in magic as they say, then it stands to reason that someone trained you in the art. Who this master of yours is, and whether you're their blood or simply to receive their tutelage, this I cannot say. But either way, I'm certain their word's sick about you. If that's truly so, I would very much like to meet this person too. That settles it then. Let's get down to business. I took the liberty of inquiring around Mordsuk and the Crystarium. Unfortunately, there have been no reports of missing persons matching Taynor's description, which means that we have no choice but to take our search elsewhere. I know of a merchant in town whose travels often take him far afield. Let's have a talk with him and see if he's heard any helpful rumors. Alright. There's gotta be someone who knows something about this kid. Rumors of a missing boy, you say? Funny that you ask. It's a long shot, I reckon, but I overheard something the other day that might be of use. On my way to Mordsuk, I stopped over at the Inn of Journey's Head. There I met an ailing mage. As the Karas told it, he'd been ambushed by a sin eater and was separated from his child in the battle. Bloody hells, could it be? The sin eater that attacked the poor man was Phronesis. That would explain everything. This man you speak of, he could be my father? We must go to him at once. I agreed. I only hope that the man is... No, there's no point in presuming the worst. Let's make for the inn and see what the other Karas there can tell us. Alright. Let's go see. You. Hello there, I hear there's a mage in your crew who's lost his boy. Well, I do believe we have him right here. I fear there must be some mistake. The boy in question has already been found. This is him, right here. Well, shit. What? So it wasn't my father after all. This boy with you, he too has been separated from his family? Just so. We heard that a man here was looking for his son. We just hoped. Alas, it seems it wasn't meant to be. But there are many people here, yes? Might I ask around and see if any of the others are my family? But of course, yet many of the people here are quite ill and in many cases in considerable pain. It's not a place for a young child to walk around unattended. Indeed, it's not. I guess that means either myself or Cecily here should accompany him. I'll go with him. The walk might help me take my mind off things. Not a bad idea if the lad doesn't mind. I reckon Taynor would rather be with someone of his own age. Take his mind off things. Speaking of which, how is the boy's father holding up? I fear the poor man has already been departed on his journey. He's a man no longer. Uh-oh. The child insisted upon staying by his father's side until the last. I permitted this out of respect for him, though part of me regrets the choice. None so young should suffer such horrors. It was some small solace to learn that he has living relatives who reside at the Crystarium. In fact, I was just making preparations to escort him there myself. I see. Reckon we should also find someone to look after Taynor as well. Don't get me wrong, friend. I haven't given up on the prospect of finding the boy's family, but we have no other leads, and a deadly sin eater is still on the loose. If the lad tags along with us every step of the way, he's far more likely to end dead or worse, or to ever reunite with his family. Here's what I propose. We find someone to watch over Taynor for the time being, get back on the hunt, and gather whatever clues we can about his origins along the way. Fine. I guess it's a good compromise. Alright, that goes without saying. Let's have a talk with the proprietor of the Wandering Stairs. He's a kindly enough chap and knows damn near everyone in these parts. With any luck, he'd be able to direct us to a willing and able guardian. Look, I don't like this any more than you do, but it's the best we can do for the boy given our circumstances. At any rate, let's find him and share the news. Don't worry, it's my decision and I intend to take responsibility for it. Good, I hope so. You're the one watching over him. Temporarily. Bad news, friend. It seems the two young ones got into a quarrel of sorts, and Taynor's run up and run away. Seems the lad mentioned how he'd come out from the hollows. The other boy put two and two together and figured he'd been attacked by a sin eater. Then I said, my dad was attacked by a sin eater, then he turned into one himself. So I asked, what if you turn into a sin eater too? Taynor's face went all white. He kept saying, what do you mean? What do you mean? Over and over and over again. I couldn't take it anymore. Before I knew it, I was shouting at him. Shut up! Just shut up! I bet you're turning into a sin eater already! Why? Why did I say such a mean and nasty thing? Don't be so hard on yourself, lad. Both of you had a rough go of it these past few days. Nobody could blame either one of you for feeling a bit on edge. But we must hurry and find Taynor before he comes to harm. Let's split up. I'll search to the west and you take to the east. And be careful out there. Alright. Let's go find him. Oh, he's in trouble. Alright, kid. You're alright. It's dangerous to be out here by yourself. And I heard the clamor about, I fear the worst, but I see you're everything under control. Are you okay, lad? Forgive me. I don't deserve this kindness. I was just so scared. I was worried what would come to me if I never recovered my memories. And then I started thinking, what if it ended up like that boy's father? What if it's already happening? That's no one matter you need to worry yourself with. The carer who examined you told me as much. You suffer no direct wounds. You're in no more danger than turning into a senior than me or Cecila. Is that so? That's good to hear. But I must apologize to that boy. I should have known better to badger him about such things, especially after what happened to his father. Funny thing that he was saying the same thing about you. You both have good hearts, lad, and you've been through more than any man should. There's no need to be ashamed about your feelings. There is still much I don't understand about this world. Why does no one here know of me? Am I doomed to be alone for the rest of my days? Why? Why must it be this way? If only I could remember something, anything. I'm sick of not knowing who I am. I'm sick of being alone. Oh, headaches! The headaches are back! It's been so long since I've had a headache. Who's this guy? What's going on here? Now it's your turn, Tainar, but do not be disheartened by your last attempt. Even the greatest of mages have known failure. Your command of magic is equal to my own. If I can succeed, there is no reason why you cannot. Free your mind of worry and focus. Thank you, not. Oh, hello. Nyelbert, huh? I shall try my best. Oh, a little sneak peek into his past. Interesting. Look at white. Are you alright, Cecila? I remember now. I was standing here on these blighted plains, my hand hung low in shame. Then Nyelbert turned to me with a smile and heartening words. Nyelbert. Why does that name sound so familiar? I reckon we've much to discuss, but not in this godforsaken place. Let's head back to the inn and see if we can't get to the bottom of this. Alright. Tainar, are you alright? I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have said those nasty things. Forgive me for reacting as I did. I'm fine. In fact, I seem to have recovered some of my memories. Really? That's wonderful. Maybe you won't feel so scared or alone anymore. I'm leaving to go live in the Crystarium with my relatives. Promise me you'll come visit. I mean, after you get your memories back and all, of course. It's a promise. Until next time, my friend. Well, at least they're on good terms. I knew that you two would work things out. Now let's return to Mord's suit. We have more than our share of questions that need answering. All right. As I saw it, at first you fainted from all of a sudden. When you came to, a portion of Tainar's memories had returned. What in the world happened out there? The power of looking to the past, eh? You're certain that what Cecil described matches up with your recollection of the past? I don't know how you break this to you, lad, but your friend Nyelbert that was with you that day, he's no ordinary boy. He is none other than the very man who became Phronesis, one of those goddamn warriors of light. If he was just a young child in your memories, that means to me what you saw took place over 100 years ago. Would that were just a coincidence? Another boy with the same name, but no, judging from the formidable command of magic, we can only assume it was him. On the way back, I managed to recall some more about Nyelbert and myself. We were taken in by a group of mages, a consortium of sorts. They were researching for a means to open a hole to another world and were recruiting young children with high magical aptitude for the task. Nyelbert and myself were the two they chose. They can't be serious! And yet, that would explain the Senior's ability to summon those damned hollows. And if you possess the same knowledge and training as Nyelbert did, it could explain why you were able to survive in there for all that time. But what I don't understand is, why haven't you aged at all? I cannot say for sure, and yet my memories, they are slowly coming back to me. In time, I may be able to help you find a way to close the hollows. It would be a lifesaver if you could, but don't overburden yourself. You're still recovering after all. In the meantime, don't worry. Cecil and I will see that you're safe. Wow, what happened about finding a guardian? I thought Tainer was just a victim of the Senior. To think he was actually friends with that man, back when he was still a man. This can't be a simple coincidence. Yes, I'm convinced of it now. The child holds the key to defeat Phronesis. We must keep him safe and not let him out of our sights. Besides, look at how hard he's trying to recover his memories. I'm not so heartless as to kick the poor lad aside before he figures if matters out. Well, ain't that just nice of you? But we can't very well rush things. You and I will continue to prepare for the battle ahead, while waiting for the rest of Tainer's memories to come back to him. That is to say, if that's alright with you, lad. I'm sorry. I couldn't possibly burden you any further. Look, lad, I've only known you for a short while, but I can tell you have a good heart and a good head on your shoulders. I can only begin to imagine the horrors you've been through, not to mention the fears of uncertainty you face even now. But I want you to promise me this. No more apologies. You're no burden to us, not in the least. You're a valuable member of our band, and as long as you're willing, I want you with us. Isn't that right, Cecil? Why not? Sure. I see. Thank you, Sereg. Thank you, Cecil. I'll aid your quest in whatever way I can. Now that's more like it. We're counting on you, lad. Ain't that so heartwarming? Good news, friend. Tainer has told me that his memories are starting to come back to him. There's one recollection in particular he says he's eager to discuss with the two of us. Tell us, lad, what is it? As time goes by, memories of my earlier days return to me piece by piece. Nyelbert and I were born to members of a great consortium of mages. From our earliest years, we were tutored in the magical arts by some of the realm's greatest scholars. The consortium's leaders sought to find a way to open a hole in time and space, a portal to other worlds from which they could summon forth beasts with great power. Nyelbert and I were chosen to participate in the research. This we knew, to some extent. Summoning great beasts from beyond our world? You're amazed, Sessa. Is that even possible? Perhaps speaks of Void Scent? Void Scent? Never heard of him, but I'll take that answer as a yes. Mages come up with damnedest ideas, eh? And yet I don't understand. Why ever would they use 2 young boys for such a dangerous experiment? The beasts our masters sought to summon us reside in the planes not most distant from our own. Reaching across with such great distance requires a tremendous store of innate ethereal power. And so our masters set about to breed the perfect mage. Marriages were arranged to wed the mightiest members of the consortium to one another, in hopes that they would bring forth children of theretofore unheard of magical aptitude. Finally, they succeeded. And you were born, at Nyelbert. Indeed. From even before we could speak, we were taught the complex incantations required to breach the boundaries between worlds. We practiced these spells day after day, and night after night for what seemed an eternity. At long last, we were deemed ready to attempt the summoning. Sadly, the experiment ended in failure. The pull from beyond the rift was too strong to resist, and I was sucked into a hollow of my own creation. There I remained trapped, alone and adrift, in that empty void, until Sessa called me back to this world. Alas, over a century had passed since that fateful day. Oh, so that's how it happened. That's the one thing I still don't understand. If so many years have truly passed, why is it that you have not aged even a whit? I cannot say for certain, but I remember the words of one of my teachers. The rift is not unlike a border between countless worlds, a place that exists beyond time and space. If it's true that the rift exists outside our concept of time, then it is all too possible that even seconds spent in that empty pocket could correspond to months, years, or decades in our world. So you returned to us just as you were that day, even while over a century has passed for the rest of us. But why did Nyelbert save you? Shouldn't it have been simple as opening another rift to the portal to the void where you were trapped? I fear that that would be close to impossible. Opening the rift and reaching as far as into the rift as we did required all of our energies to be focused in unison. So, in losing you, not only did Nyelbert lose his friend, he lost his only chance at saving you. Talk about being dealt a rough hand. Fear not. I have good news to share as well. I do believe I managed to recall incantations needed to summon and manipulate the hollows. Oh. Summoning beasts from beyond the rift is far beyond my powers, but I just might be able to seal up the hollows Phronesis so enjoys summoning. What say you, friends? Shall we give it a try? Why not? What could go wrong? Oh no, that's music to my ears. But let's not be too hasty. After all, the last time you tried to use this magic, there were some complications, to say the least. Yes, we must take the necessary precautions before confronting Phronesis in earnest. Let us meet outside the village, where Tanner can test out his magic safe from harm. What can go wrong? I can only see so many things going wrong. Going over here, over the hill. Uh-oh. There's a thing. Wicked what? You did it, lad. Sadly, I have not the strength to reach further beyond, nor keep the portal open for some more than a few moments. No, I'll need further training before I can face. Uh-oh. Phronesis! Where the hell does that bastard come from? Damn it, I'm too close! I can feel it pulling me in! No, Nyelbert! These are my friends! You mustn't hurt them! Oh. Oh, good. Bad time for a headache. What's going on here? This isn't good. The cave-in's completely sealed off from the tunnel behind us. We've no recourse but to press on without our companions. You heard her. What'll it be? I suppose it falls to us to the beasts can collect the bounty. Perhaps you and your band could take care of the would care to take the lead. Blech. Spare me your japes. You've no intention of giving up your prize. Mind you, I too have made a promise to my companions. A promise I mean to keep. Bah! I told you that splitting up was a bad idea. If Brandon and Renda Ray were here, this second-rate spellcaster would be no match for us. Now, Silva, let's not forget who our true foe is here. La me, you're certain that if we say this monstrosity, the cave-ins will cease? According to the miners, the beast was first sighted on the same day that the tremors began. Its very presence sucking the mountain dry of its ether. We dwarves know these caves as well as we know our own bodies. Trust me. I suppose we best make a short work of it before anything comes crashing down. Hey, where do you think you're going? My apologies. I took your ceaseless prowling as an invitation to proceed on my own. Think yourself clever, do you? You've uncommon confidence to think you can fail beats without aid. Answer me this. Why is it you're so intent on claiming the bounty of your own? The bounty? Why, indeed. At any rate, unless you've in mind to stand around here until we all get crushed, but we best get moving, yes? Finally, it's something we can agree on, and so I have a proposal. Let's say we band together until our battle here is won. The tremors grow stronger. No doubt a cave-in is imminent. Let us vanquish this enemy that with our combined strength and quit this place before it becomes our tomb. Until the battle is won, then. After that, I go my own way. You say that, and you end up being a warrior of light. I don't know about this lass, but she's definitely not a warrior of light. Oh. Alright, cool. Your aid is most welcome, Nyelbert. Let's make short work of this place while we still can. Indeed. I feel alright. They come! Nyelbert, we will join our foe's attack. Alright, great. Alright. Alright. It would seem we're not the only ones stuck in here, eh? I have a bad feeling about this. The left one is most mine. Sylvia, you take its friend on the right. Consider done. Have at you, fiends. What's this? It leads deeper within? We should really have asked for a map. Not that it having been much useful after all the cave-ins. Well, aren't you a big boy? No! Dead? Still thinking you could imagine your own mage? Perhaps. It would have been better, more of a struggle than I expected. That's him. He's the one who drinks of the mind's ether. Alright, let's put this oversized bull out to pasture. Silva, Lamy, Nyelbert, with me! My magic's are yours, for now. I'll take the front. The battle is on! Sons more others of ill? We should dispatch a small fry, quickly. Leave it to me. God, this one looks like trouble. That should do it, Silva. Another earthquake. This bodes ill. Our foe's up to something. Stand back, my friends. Take cover behind the rocks. You don't want to bear the full brunt of it. Here it comes. Damn it, here it comes again. Get back. Such unholy power. Get behind me, friends, quickly. Yeesh! Sylvia, you alright? Damn, I can't keep this much longer. Nice! We've done it! Now to find ourselves a way out. Oh. The charms continue? But why? The thing has been vanquished, and it's either returned to the mountain. We were wrong. No, it was not the creature itself was causing the quakes. Ah, yes. The crystal courses with nigh inconceivable power. A vast wellspring of ether accumulated over the ages. Yes, the beast was but a hungry creature drawn by here by the stone. As was I. You had no interest in the bounty all along. The stone had been left unchecked for too long. The sheer volume of ether it houses now is so vast and overwhelming it threatens to bring the entire mountain down. For how many years have I searched for it? This precious rogue that can afford me the power needed to save my friend. You mean to take the stone from this place? But then what would happen in the mountain? If the ether is not returned to the earth, it is but a matter of time until the mine collapses. The miners, those who live at the foot of the mountain, countless lives will be lost. There's no time. What can we do? Tainor, my friend. Damn it! Damn it all! The tremors have stopped. Tainor, pray forgive me. I promise you this. So as long as I walk this earth, I shall never, ever, never give up hope. That stone was yours to do with these you pleased, and you still chose the fate of many over that of your friend. In return of your sacrifice, I'll make you an offer. Come with us, and let us join you in your search for remains to save your comrade. The life of an adventurer isn't an easy one, but I dare say you strike me as the sort who might enjoy it. So, what say you? We'll travel the realm together and lend our strength to whatever unfortunate souls we encounter along the way. And who knows, before you know it, we might just stumble upon a way to rescue your Tainor. I would like that very much. There's something about that last that strikes me as, not friendly. Tainor, forgive me. I may have failed you today, but mark my words, for as long as I walk this land, I will not abandon hope. I will find a way to bring you back to us. But today I find myself in the company of new companions, and for now I must lend them my strength, as they lent theirs to me. Interesting. So that's what happened. Cecil, you alright? And Phronesis is gone. Worry not, Phronesis is long gone. I launched a few arrows in its direction while I was distracted by Tainor's spell, and it just stole away. Anyhow, I'm just glad you're awake on your feet again. Come now, let's hurry back to Mordsick before the bastard has a change of heart and comes back for us. Alright. People are chatting away. Boop. Well, I guess I'm good about to be in a cutscene, I think. Yep, there we go. No point putting the image up just to take it down 2 seconds later. You really gave us a scare back there, clutching your head in pain with a deadly sin eater in plain sight. Let me guess, you had another one of your visions, didn't you? Why, take me. So that's how Nyelbert and Nyelbert met up. Just goes to show you that in times of crisis, even the bitterest of rivals can turn fast friends. Now let's see if I have this straight. Nyelbert made it his life's mission to save Tainor here, Knowing that his own energies wouldn't suffice, he went in search for a relic that would afford him the etheric power needed to reach beyond this world. And deep in the mines that day, he found it. Yet in the end, he decided to sacrifice the stone and his own cause to save the lives of the countless innocents who called the mountain home. And so did he take his first step down the path of a hero, a warrior of light. So that's why he came back to this place. Why he still summons the hollows as he did so many years ago. Aye, there can be no doubting it. Even now he's become a senior, bereft of memory and reason, and that any sense of his own actions. The ghastly shell of what it was once Nyelbert still haunts the wasteland, searching for a way to bring back his old friend. I only knew him as a child, and the whole idea of seniors and warriors of light was also new to me. And even as the pieces came together, I could not truly believe that Nyelbert and this Phronesis were one and the same. When our gazes first met, standing out there in the waste, it was in an instant I knew without question. This was my friend, a friend who had been searching for me all these years. At last I know what I must do. I must stop Phronesis, that my dear friend may finally find peace. I would do the same. Thank you, my friends. In the battle, I was able to push Phronesis' hollow away from Serig, only for a short distance. With more training, I'm certain I can learn to close him up entirely. After all we've already seen from you, I have no reason to doubt you. If you're game, so are we. Finally, some cause for help, eh? But still, we must exercise caution. The last time the boy worked his magic, our foe showed up faster than you can say Phronesis. While this might be simple coincidence, the likelihood is high that the casting of the spell itself summoned the senior to us. You best avoid casting any similar incantations until we're prepared for the final confrontation. I want you to stay close for now. Devote yourself to your studies and hone your skills to whatever degree you can in the safety of the village. In the meantime, Celeste and I will redouble our training efforts as well. Should we succeed in finding a way to counteract the hollows, it will come down to our firepower versus our foes. We must be at full strength for the battle, lest we allow victory to slip between our fingers. All right. That look in your eyes, yes, I can see you have gained much strength since we last met. You'll be pleased to hear that Tainer has managed to make steady progress in his training as well. The boy believes he has regained much of the knowledge and the skill he possessed before being sucked into that pocket of time and space. An admirable feat, considering that it was not long ago that he could scarce remember his own name. And yet, there's one aspect of his training that has yet to be addressed. Put simply, the boy lacks experience in battle. To work the magic necessary to steal up the hollows, I must maintain perfect focus and clarity of mind. If the battle of Phronesis is my first, I fear my concentration will be disrupted all too easily. And so I thought I'd take the boy out into the wilds, that he might acclimate himself to the battlefield and further hone his command of magic in the process. And yet, we must keep a wide berth of Amarang. Were we to encounter Phronesis before we are fully prepared, the results could be disastrous. And so I propose we go on an excursion of sorts. Would you be willing to accompany us? I believe there's much the boy could learn from your example. Excellent. Now let us make for Lakeland. The beasts in the forest of the lost shepherd should ride of pride. A fair challenge for the lad. Alright. That sounds like a simple task. I'm not sure where exactly this is in Lakeland, but I'll find it. Alright. All the way down there, huh? Okay. Ugh. I should really wipe these side quests off the map at some point in time. Alright, what are we doing here? Oh, there she is. Now, should we get down to... something the matter? Oh, he had a outfit change. How do you like my new clothes, Tesla? Not only are they stylish, well, I can feel the power well deep within me. They were a present from Sarek. Isn't he the best? Well, aren't you just generous? It was a simple investment, nothing more. We must seize every possible advantage if we hope to a triumph over our foe. And with enough idle chit-chat, we have work to do. Cecil, I would ask you to begin by setting an example for the boy. Show him precisely how you conduct yourself in battle. We can't very much toss him to the Wolverines all on his own now, can we? So why don't you get out there and hunt one down for us? Obtain our watch carefully and let Cecil show you how it's done. Alright. Alright, there you go. Now what'd you learn? That was incredible! The sheer destructive power of your spells, the way you seamlessly weave one incantation after the next, everything. But tell me, what would you say is the most important thing a mage should keep in mind when during a battle with a fearsome foe? Just blast your foes there, then you've got it! Casting your pest spells in the proper sequence is a key. But of course. Thank you, Cecil. I will endeavor to put everything I have learned from you into practice. Well, here goes nothing. Let's see how this goes. Where do I... No, it's not. Carson, stay still so I can hit you already. Steady now. Don't let the enemy fluster you. Keep your focus. Alright, focus. You're a feisty one, aren't you? Ow, it's smarts! What the fuck is these sound effects? Yeah, I've seen enough of this. Oh my god, no. What's up with these sound effects? What the fuck? That didn't sound like spellcasting to me. Oh dear, that didn't go nearly as well as I'd hoped. Don't get so down on yourself, lad. I shouldn't have jumped in the way I did. I dare say you were starting to get the hang of it there at the end. I thought it would be simple enough to task to follow Cecil's lead, but when that savage creature stared me down, I was too flustered to put what I learned into practice. Indeed. It's not the strength of your magic that is the issue. You simply must learn to compose yourself. What do you think, Cecil? Are there any other words of wisdom you might offer me? I mean, both these are kind of true. He needs more practice, but he needs to believe in himself too. Let's stick with this. Believe in yourself and all will be fine. Thank you. I'm sure you're right. I cannot allow my foe to break my concentration like this. Anyhow, let me try once more. This time I will go better. I promise you. Lord. Alright, round 2. Yes, the boy will be fine. I'll stay my hand. This doesn't sound like spellcasting to me. It sounds like whack-a-mole. Sounds like he was just hitting him with his stick. Or rod. I did it! The battle is won! And it's raining now. Great. Now that's why you wobble Wolverine. Well done, lad. I'm proud I could be here for your first victory. You're far too kind. I couldn't have done it without you and Cecily here to show me the way. You have my thanks. But don't let up, boy. You must keep battling until all you learn becomes second nature. Now, are you ready? Drill instructor. That was rather more difficult than I expected. And yet, thanks to you and Sarek, I feel I can hold my own on the battlefield now. I have to agree. The way you made short work with the last critter, I'd say it's time you find a more worthy foe. Let's return to Mordsuit and plot our next course of action. Alright. You've proven the perfect mentor for the boy, Cecilla. Hell, as I dare say, old Sarek here could learn a thing or two from you. If you were a mage, sure. You taught him not only how to wield spells in battle, but how to maintain his focus in the face of danger. With those fundamentals under his belt, it's just a matter of time and practice until he's ready to face Phronesis. I promise you, my friends, I will not let you down. Now, if you'll excuse me, I best go and write down all I've learned today while it's fresh in my memory. Such passion and determination. This must be the boy he always was before his time beyond the rift stole from his memories and spirit. He devotes himself to his training that he might help us fell Phronesis and bring his friend a measure of salvation. There is no telling what course the battle will take, but I suspect the boy will be forced to confront his past head-on. It will not be easy for him, yet I believe it is a necessary step for him to forge himself a new future. For Tanor's sake, and for the sake of those who call Almarang home, we must triumph in this battle. Not to mention for the sake of our coin purses, eh? At any rate, I'll leave you to your training and return to my own. The final confrontation is close at hand, and we must be ready. Well, look who's back, and looking more imposing than ever, I might add. You'll be pleased to know that Tanor's command of his magic has advanced by leaps and bounds since you left. Says he's finally convinced that he can hold his own against Phronesis. Truth be told, I'm worried about the boy. As devoted as he is to his training, I cannot help but notice a sad, uneasy look in his eyes from time to time. He insists it's nothing, of course, but I remain unconvinced. As a fellow mage, perhaps you could succeed in reaching out to him where I failed. He should be around here somewhere. Go and find him and see if you can't offer him a few words of support, won't you? I mean, he's about to do battle with his old friend. Can't blame the kid. Oh, hello there, Cecilla. Is there something I can do for you? Sarek was worried about me, you say? That is kind of him. I assure you I'm completely fine. Sure about that? You don't look fine. I owe so much to the both of you. You brought me back from beyond the rift, took me under your wing, trained me, and comforted me to the point that my memories and magic have both returned. I'm finally ready to face my old friend in battle, and it's all because of you. And yet, there's a fear growing inside me, a fear that threatens to consume me. In my studies, I've learned much about the Sin Eaters. I learned how those who fall to the most powerful Sin Eaters, like Phronesis, become Sin Eaters themselves, doomed to live out their days of mindless, unholy abominations. If I were to lose my focus in battle, and you or Sarek suffered the same fate as Nyelbert, the only three friends I've known in this world, if I lost you all, how could I ever live with myself again? This thought, it shakes me to my very core. If you falter, we will be there for you. I've fought in more powerful Sin Eaters, so it's no problem. You were right. I mustn't forget to have two strong friends by my side to help me shoulder the burden. Thank you, friend. The task is a daunting one, but I will trust in myself and the strong and gentle friends who stand by my side. Nothing would make me happier than to help Nyelbert find peace, but that is not the only reason I would fight this battle. I must repay you and Sarek for all you've given me. Not only did the two of you bring me back to this world, you have instilled me with a newfound sense of purpose. And yet, when the battle is done, you will leave this place. You will embark on new adventures with new companions. Worry not. I'll not hold you back, nor stand in your way. That is another reason why I must fight. This battle. I must prove to you, to all three of my friends, that I am strong enough to get on my own. Be strong, Taynor. You can do this. Sorry. Perhaps I got a little carried away there. In any event, we should go tell Sarek that I'm ready. That's the spirit. You're finally back, I see. I was starting to get worried. I trust this means you're ready to do battle with Phronesis? I am. Let us put an end to this nightmare and set Nyelbert and the people of this land free. That's the spirit. Alright, the plan is to lure Phronesis to us by the same method as last time. We will venture to the central hills of Amber, a safe distance away from the city, and Taynor will summon forth a hollow. It should only be a matter of time before our quarry arrives. I believe our chances are best if we can lure Phronesis to a wide open space, where we'll have complete freedom to maneuver. The hills of Amber will suffice. If you're ready, let us away at once. Alright. Let's do it. It's better if I go to Twine, because it's like right there. I'm ready. Let's begin. Let's do it. Over there. It's him. Yes, I knew you would come. Well, I guess we won't be needing this anymore. Banished! Give it up now, Bert. My spells are more than a match for your own. These are my friends, and I will not lead you to take them. Do you hear me now, Bert? Your long nightmare, and ours, shall end this day. Alright. The showdown. Alright. Give the hollow to me and concentrate your attacks on our foe. You heard the boys. It's time to show this bastard what we've got. Be wary, friends. He means to summon a hollow. done it! The hollow's sealed! Good work, Noah. Now stand back and save your strength. Look out, here comes another one! I will seal the hollows. Watch out, hurry to Cyrec's side, or you'll bear the full brunt of his magics. Damn it, are you alright, boy? Good, my friends. My strength is waning. Looks like roar until Tanner's strength returns. Stay clear of the hollows. Good gods, now look at this one. Wait, perhaps we can use the hollow to our advantage. Woo! Wicked White, the fast is still going. Taynor, how do you fare? Good, the battlefield's starting to get a little crowded here. Empty shell this body can work his magic. I shudder to think what the powers Nyelbert commanded when he still lived. I'm sorry, friends. I can summon no more strength. Roy's given us all he can. It falls to us and the fight. Great. Kind of annoying when he has fucking portals littered all over the field. Just a little annoying. Fastest found our weakness, and damn if he doesn't know what to do with it. Oh, good. Yes, my friends, soon you'll be at peace. So many damn portals! So many of them. Oh no! Just die, you bastard! Shit! Good lord. There he is. Forgive me, Taynor. Far and wide did I travel with my companions, all the while searching for a way, any way at all, to bring you back to this world, and yet, in the end, it was all in vain. Though I treasure the adventures I had with Arbor and the others, my choice that fateful day forever haunted me. What if I had run off with the stone, and used its powers to rescue you, as I had always intended? What adventures might we have shared? I sunk into the depths of despair and felt myself a wretch for doing so. For what do I pity myself when I was who consigned you to a far more cruel and tragic a fate? Whatever pain, whatever loss I knew was nothing compared to what you suffered, what you still suffer. Abandoned by your only friend, cast adrift in a cold, dark void until the end of time. Yes, no doubt you are still out there beyond the rift, cursing my name to this very day. That's not true, Nyelbert. I'm right here. And yet, even if you despise me with every fiber of your being, even still, I would give anything to see you just one last time. You could curse me, revile me, rain fists and magics down upon me. It would be all worth it, just for the chance to say, I'm sorry. Stop it, Nyelbert. Please, stop saying those things. Even after you had your mind, your heart, and your very humanity ripped from you, still for all these years, you kept searching for me. How could I ever pay for my best friend? Don't you see, old friend? It was Cecily who brought me back to this world, and it was you who got it hurt of me. You have suffered long enough, my friend. I can take care of myself now. You need worry about me no longer, so please, rest peacefully. Well, it was heartwarming. It's over. At last. You don't need a word to explain it to me. I know that Nyelbert we saw was just a memory, a reflection from the crystal. That my friend just truly passed years and years ago. And yet, even if those words will never reach Nyelbert, simply saying them out loud gave me a measure of peace. I have no regrets today. But we should get going back to town before any more seniors take notice of us, yes? I'll say, after that battle, I could use a rest, and I reckon Cecily here could do as well. Shall we head back to Mord's suit? Alright. Well, if it was the woman of the hour, I'm happy to report that tales of our triumph has already reached spreading across the town like wildfire. Word has it the merchants are so grateful that they intend to sweeten the bounty with a generous personal reward. My friends, I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, Nyelbert has found peace, and I can finally close the book on this chapter of my past. Every day I thank the gods for having brought us together. The feeling's mutual, lad. To be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect when you popped out of that hole, but it's been a pleasure having you at our side. So, tell me, now that you've made peace with your past, what do you plan to do with your future? You and Cecil have trained me well, and I'm confident that I can hold my own again on the battlefield. Perhaps I will travel the land and see if I might use my abilities to help those in need. If I didn't know better, I'd think those are the words of someone twice your age. If that's truly your intention, then I have something of a plan. First, I'll need Cecil here's permission. It's just a thought I had, but let's say we give the lion's share of the bounty to Tainor here. I reckon he needs it more than we do, and besides, we couldn't have won the battle without him. You owe me. Now let's give it to him. I knew you'd feel the same. It's the least we can do to help the boy forge a path and future for himself. My friends, I could never take advantage of your kindness like that. Think nothing of it. It's not easy for a boy your age to make his way in the world, and this is the least we can do. Think of it as a parting gift from your brother and sister in arms. Thank you, Serig. Thank you, Cecila. As long as I live, I'll never forget your generosity. Finally, I have one last proposal for you, if you're keen to hear it. There's this bounty hunter I know. He can hold his own with a bow, but he's always thought he can take on a bigger marks if he had a skilled mage at his side. If you're looking for a partner, that is. Serig, you could not possibly mean... Of course I'm saying it. So, what'll it be? Yes, 1,000 times yes. Why, nothing would make me happier. I suppose that settles it. Welcome aboard, lad. I've got a feeling that this is only the beginning of a rewarding relationship. And on that note, ideally my new partner and I are off to Crystarn to find ourselves a new mark. If it's not too much to ask, why don't you join us there? I still owe you for your share of the bounty, and I reckon to be a good place to say our proper farewells. Alright. These guys have certainly headed off. Wasn't expecting this. Not at all. I wouldn't say he's turned into like a father figure like, you know, like Thancred and Reen. I think the pendants were closer. Oh no, this is fine. Cecil, glad you could join us. Tanner and I just arrived a short while ago ourselves. The boy's keen on starting his new life as a bounty hunter, to say the least. He's got no end of questions, that one, but there's only so much I can teach him. The rest he'll have to learn from experience, and so I tend to do what I can to show him the world and keep him safe. So don't worry about us. Between my bow and his magics, I reckon we'll be able to hold our own out there. That said, should we ever find ourselves on a trail of a particularly nasty foe, I'd hope you'd best adverse to lending us your strength once more. Yeah, somehow I have a feeling it won't take another 100 years for our paths to cross again. Until then, friend, stay sheltered in the shade. Nice! Alright. Honestly, I still prefer comparing this with the healer story, with the healer role quests. I think I'd like the healer role quest a little bit better, because that one was a little more touching with the whole Lami's whole story and everything, especially with Lami and Ardbert. But yeah, that is the end of the caster role quests. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next part. Later.